Hello again, fourth graders. It's homework time. Get your Succeed book. Today we will open to page 133. Let's look at the lesson 4 homework helper. It says, fill in the blanks in the following equations. Blank times 7 equals 700. I asked myself, how many 7s are equal to 700? It would be 100 7s. So 100 times 7 equals 700. Letter B, 4 times blank equals 4,000. I use unit form to solve. If I name the units, multiplying large numbers is easy. I know 4 divided by 4 is 1, so 4,000s divided by 4 is 1,000. 4 times 1,000 equals 4,000. And over here, blank equals 10 times 5. That one you should know. That's a basic fact. 10 times 5 is 50, or 5 tens is 50. This one, number 2, says draw place value discs and arrows to represent each product. So here we have 15 times 100. So they started out by drawing the number 15 using place value discs. 15 is 1 10 and 5 ones. To multiply by 100, it's the same as multiplying by 10 and by 10 again, because 10 times 10 is 100. Remember, we learned before that when you multiply by 10, the discs move one place value column greater, one column to the left. So here's times 10, the 5 ones, times 10 takes you to 5 tens. But you have to do times 10 for 100, or go 2 columns to the left. So times 10, then those 5 ones land in the hundreds place. Okay, and here's the 110, multiply by 10 and times 10 again, and it lands in the thousands. Okay, the next one, decompose each multiple of 10, 100, or 1,000 before multiplying. 2 times 300 is the same as doing 2 times 3 times 100, because 300 is 3 hundreds. 3 times 100. This is just decomposed. Then you can multiply the 2 times the 3 together to get 6. And 6 times 100 is 600. Let's look over here. 6 times 7,000. We can decompose this 7,000 into 7 times 1,000, right? This is 7,000s. So 7,000 got decomposed. Now we can do the 6 times the 7 equals 42 times the 1,000. 42 times 1,000 means 42 thousands, which is 42,000. Okay, let's turn the page. We are on page 135, lesson 4, homework problems. The first one is an example for you. You can look at the example and see 5 times 10. Here's 5 ones, and multiplying by 10 means go one place value column to the left, right? And they land in the tens place. So 5 ones times 10 gets you to 5 tens, which is 50. Now let's do this one. Draw place value discs and arrows as shown to represent each product. 7 times 100. So we start with 7 in the ones, like this. And to show times 100, we are going to multiply by 10 and then by 10 again. So bundle it, compose. We go one place value left for times 10. So then those 7 ones are now 7 tens. Not in the ones anymore. Then we need to do times 10 again. So move one more column to the left, and those 7 tens land in the hundreds. So now we have 7 hundreds. 7 ones times 100 is 7 hundreds. I'm going to write that in unit form here. And we're going to write it in standard form here and here. 7 hundreds is the number 700. So 7 times 100 equals 700. Okay, now let's do 7 times 1,000. So we're going to start in the ones with 7 discs. And multiplying by 1,000 means we're multiplying times 10 times 10 times 10, 3 times, okay? Because 10 times 10 is 100, and 10 hundreds makes 1,000. Okay, so we have to do times 10 3 times. So we're going to be moving 3 place value columns in all. Bundle and compose to the next column to the left for times 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We're in the tens place. We need to do our next one, times 10 again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now we're in the hundreds. We have 7 hundreds, but we need to do one more times 10. Let's go. One more place value column to the left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And this is where we stop. So now we have 7 thousands. Let's put the unit form here, 7 thousands. And now let's write the standard form here and here. What number is 7 thousands? It would be 7,000 like this. That goes here and here. Okay, let's move down to number 3. We're going to solve some multiplication problems without using the place value chart. We're just going to use our knowledge of place value. So 8 times 10. That one you should know. What's 8 tens make? 80. Good. Now, blank times 8 equals 800. Think about the unit form, 800. 800s means you would multiply 100 times 8. Do you see how there's 2 zeros on 800 and there's 2 zeros in 100? That can help you. Now let's look over here. 8,000 equals blank times 1,000. How many thousands? 8 thousands. That means it's 8 times 1,000. Okay, try the next row. 10 times 3. That's a basic fact. You know that one. That would equal 30. All right, letter E. 3 times something equals 3,000. Think about it. How many zeros are in 3,000? And think about the unit form when you're saying 3,000. What do you think would go here on the blank spot? It would be 1,000. It also has 3 zeros. 3 of 1,000 equals 3,000. Now letter F. Blank times 3 equals 300. How many zeros do you see here? What number could this be? Listen to the words. 300. So our missing factor is 100. Okay, you try G, H, and I. Pause the video and answer those 3, and then press play when you're ready to check your answers. 1,000 times 4 equals 4,000. 10 times 4 is 40. And 4 times 100 is 400. How did you do on those? Okay, let's turn the page. See what's next. It says, all right, this says, draw place value discs and arrows to represent each product. 15 times 10. We're going to start by drawing 1 10 and 5 1s, like it says here on our place value chart. 110, and 5 ones. We need to multiply by 10. That means we're going to draw our arrow and go one place value to the left. And we need to do that with the tens and the ones. They all have to get moved. Right? So now these 5 ones are 5 tens, and this 110 is now 100. So let's see what we have now. It became 100, I'm going to abbreviate, and 5 tens. Now what number is that? What's 100s and 5 tens make? 5 tens is 50, right? So that makes 150. See, we can put the digits under the columns to help us. We have 1 in the hundreds, 5 in the tens, and 0 ones now. Do you see how it's 150? Okay, now we're going to do number 5, 17 times 100. If we're multiplying by 100, that means we're going to do times 10 and times 10 again. So that means we're going to be moving 2 place value columns to the left. This tells us we're going to start by drawing 110 and 7 ones. 110 and 7 ones. Okay? We're going to do our times 10 and times 10 again. So the tens digit here, this is times 10. It would land here in the hundreds, but we have to do times 10 again. So that means we land in the thousands. Okay, so this got moved over to the thousands place. Now we have to do the same thing with the ones. All of the discs have to get moved. Times 10 and times 10 again. So the 7 ones here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, go to the tens place. This is for times 10, but we have to do it again. So that means those 7 discs get moved over to the hundreds place. Now let's see what we have. We have 1 in the thousands. So I'm going to write that here in unit form. 1 thousands. And we have 7 in the hundreds. So I'll write that in unit form. 1,700s. Let's label our columns with the digits here. 1,000s and 700s. There's no tens now, and there's no ones. See what number it makes? Don't forget the comma after the thousands digit. It makes 1,700. Let's write it here. And here. Okay, now you could try some of the other problems on your own. I know you can do it. Bye. See you next time.